Welcome to my new abode. I've just bought Gaunts House here in Dorset. If only, what a beautiful place. The lovely Julia and myself have been residing in while we've been at the Sounds Beautiful Festival, which has been absolutely amazing, in these stunning grounds. I don't know how big it is, but just opposite is a little pond or a lake. In front of the house you've got this amazing view of hay bales. I would love to see the landscape here peppered with a few cows and sheep and what have you, just to add to it. But what an amazing estate. It is originally a Georgian house, but it's had a little bit of a rebuild in the Victorian times, so you've got this Victorian facade, but it's absolutely wonderful. Now, I haven't really got permission to take you inside, or I haven't actually asked, but I don't want to just take advantage and film inside, but I might just take you around the courtyard so you can see some of the outbuildings. We've had here at the Freedom Festival of Sounds Beautiful Festival, it's not Freedom Festival, but it is for truthers and freedom people and health people and sovereignty people and all of that. We've had such glorious sunshine and warm weather, and today, the Sunday, I think it's the last day, we've got to go today. It's freezing cold and extremely overcast. The pilots have had their time off, the aeroplanes have been serviced, and now they have been out overnight, chemtrailed the hell out of us, and we're now suffering that. And there's a number of people packing up their tents and trying to get their tents packed up before the rain fully gets in. It's just this sort of misty rain at the moment. But let me walk you around, just for a bit of fun, to the courtyard where many of us were hanging out, having cups of tea and having those rather lovely discussions that you only can do with like-minded, critical thinkers, open-minded people who share and understand the same philosophy and the same truths. But this is absolutely beautiful. And also, whilst I do that, I wanted to explain a bit about the channel and what's happened. So you will be watching me on my second channel, obviously, the Vogue Show channel. And if you've delved into the background of that and seen some of the library of bizarre stuff, you would have seen that we've been doing all sorts of weird and wonderful stuff, just basic jolly entertainment really, none of this sort of truth business. And that's because I'm now having to go onto that channel and use that, because the main channel, the Richard Vobes channel, as you probably will be aware, and I imagine the only reason you're watching this is because you knew that it was banned. I had I think it's a week's ban, it might be 3 months, because when I woke up on Friday morning, I couldn't access the channel, and I thought, oh, and I'd recorded a series of videos which I wanted to go out whilst I was away, and oh, it's all full of cars now. Hang on, I need to clean the lens because of the rain. But let me just take you through the courtyard here. So there we go, that's the tradesman's entrance, which we've been using, in the little cafe there where we've been hanging out and having a few cups of teas. In the early morning was glorious sunshine here, but today, of course, it's not quite the same. It's freezing cold and wet. So it sort of puts a little bit of a damper on, but we're not disheartened. This is Britain, and we know what they're doing. So we're in spite of that. However, if you just raise your vibrations, you ask the clouds to go away. After all, what with quantum entanglement, it's only water that's coming down. You can say, please water, please rain, would you just disperse? Clouds, please disperse and disappear. That's the theory anyway. Bit of mind power. Never mind, it doesn't matter, that sort of thing. Anyway, so going back to this ban business, yes, I woke up and there it was. Bit of a ban, bit of a bugger. So I thought to myself, right, okay, I've got this other channel, I'll use that. So I'm in a quandary now. Is it for a week that I can't use the Richard Vobes channel, or is it 3 months? I will know next Friday. I will know if they have cast me out, because this would really technically be my 3rd strike. But after 3 months, they reset it. A great reset on YouTube. So I have that feeling that actually what they've communicated to me is that in 3 months' time, if I've not been a bad boy and said dodgy old words, then the strike will be lifted, but I ought to be able to get back on the channel in a week. And at least that's what I'm hoping. Here we are, this is the side of the house. We'll go back round towards the front. The lovely Julia is waiting for me. Unfortunately, I think we've all had a little bit of sunstroke, so Julia's not feeling terribly well this morning, but she will get better because I will look after her. And now we're off to leave this wonderful environment. But having lived here, the main area, I ought to say, is you can't see it from here, and I'm sure there'll be plenty of videos if you put in Sounds Beautiful Festival to see what it was like and the type of people. I know that Tim from Fair Play Now has been filming, as indeed has Simon from WTF channels, and so that you'll see all of that, and they've, you know, used proper cameras and all that, not the sort of silly nonsense that I'm doing here with my little GoPro. But hang on, let's do this one more time. Get rid of the spray. And so you'll find out more about that, really. But what I said at the beginning, welcome to my new abode, we've had that conversation. So many of us are keen to get back to the land, to get away from all the rubbish of life that is being thrust upon us. And an estate like this, with multiple rooms. I don't actually know how many rooms there are in there, but there must be something like 30 rooms, maybe more. That would be the perfect thing, if we could all club together and invest in a place like this, with enough land to grow our own, to be away from the EMFs, to be our own domain or dominion, would be lovely. Back in a bit like the old estate days, but without necessarily the severe hierarchy that they might have had. But there we are. Anyway, I'll leave you with a view of the house here, Gaunts House, which is haunted. So I believe it's on the 2nd floor. So if ever you get the chance to stay here, and I ought to just add, the owner, it is single owner owned, lives on the site. He is a bit of an eccentric, I'm told. I was hoping to meet him, but I haven't yet. The great thing, what I love about him, without having met him, is he doesn't do corporate events here. He won't hire it out for big weddings and stuff. It has to be the right type of people, with a heart, with a soul. And I think that's brilliant. And that's what makes this place really interesting. Anyway, I'll leave you now with the view. There it is. And I will talk to you next time.